opinyon ng pag-uulat ng mag-uulat sa programang ito ay hindi ang pangunahing posisyon o pahayag ng pamumunuan ng organisasyong ito. The views and opinions expressed in this live report are those of the presenter and do not necessarily reflect the official policy or position of the management of this organization. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to our special report. Maayong hapon po sa imong tanan. Today is Sunday, January 16, 2022. I am Carlos Miguel Kanahashi, and we're broadcasting simultaneously on InkluRadyo and on the Hands in Inclusion Philippines YouTube channel. We shall commence our presentation in just a moment, and we will be back after these commercials. Now this. Welcome back to our special report. We shall now commence our presentation for this day. Hi everyone, good day to all of you. Maayong buntag sa imong tanan and welcome to our InkluRadyo Special Report pre-recorded presentation proper. Today is Sunday, January 16, 2022. I am your presenter, Carlos Miguel Kanahashi from Hands in Inclusion Philippines. So, in this pre-recorded presentation, we will discuss to you about Sinulog. So, what is Sinulog? What are the traditions during Sinulog? What is the origin of the word Sinulog? What is the essence of this event? And what is the story about the history of this event? So without further ado, here now is our topic. So what is Sinulog? Well, first of all, Sinulog is an annual cultural and religious festival held on the third Sunday of January in Cebu City and also on the fourth Sunday of January in Carmen, Cebu. That's why the reason why we're celebrating this event it is because it is the center of the Santo Niño Catholic celebrations in the Philippines. Sinulog is considered to be the first and queen of festivals in our country, with every celebration of the festival routinely attracting around 1 to 2 million people from all over the country every year. Aside from its religious aspect, it's also famous for its street parties. It happens usually at night before and at the night of the main festival. So the reason why we celebrate Sinulog is because it marks the feast of Santo Niño, ladies and gentlemen. So what is the word Sinulog come from? Well, first of all, the origin of the word Sinulog means sulog, which means like water current movement. It's because of the forward-backward movement of the Sinulog dance. The Sinulog dance consists of 2 steps forward and 1 step backward, and it is done to the sound or the beat of the drums. The dance is characterized into Sinulog-based, free interpretation, and street dancing. Candle vendors at the Basilica continue to perform the traditional version of the dance when lighting a candle for the customer, and it is done usually accompanied by songs in Bisaya. Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you the history of Sinulog. Sinulog is a ritual prayer dance honoring Señor Santo Niño, or the child Jesus. An image of Santo Niño is said to be the baptismal gift to from the Portuguese conquistador Ferdinand Magellan, and he gave it to Humanay of Cebu on April 1521. The image is housed at the Basilica Minore del Santo Niño in the city proper of Cebu City. The dance moves are basically 2 steps forward and 1 step backward, and it resembles the Pahina River. Why? Because the dancers race to a distinct rhythm of drums. And according to historical accounts, the natives from Cebu already danced the Sinulog in honor of the animist idols long before the coming of Magellan, who led a Spanish expedition on April 7, 1521. Magellan did not live long after he introduced Christianity because, ladies and gentlemen, as you may know, last year we celebrate the 500th anniversary of the Battle of Mactan and the birth of Christianity in our country. Ferdinand Magellan died in a failed assault in Mactan Island at the hands of Lapu-Lapu or Sipulaka on March 16, 1521. Ferdinand Magellan arrived and planted the cross on the shores of Cebu, wherein it began the start of the claiming of the territory to Spain. It presented the image of Santo Niño to Raha Humahapon. Hara Amihan was later named. Queen Juana is named after the mother of Carlos I. Along with the rulers of the island, some 800 natives were converted to Catholicism. This event is frequently used as basis for most Sinulog dances, which reenacts or rather dramatize the coming of the Spaniards and the presentation of Señor Santo Niño to the Queen. A popular theme among Sinulog dances is Queen Juana holding the Santo Niño in her arms and using it to bless her people who were often afflicted with sickness believed to be caused by demons and other evil spirits. Since the 16th century, there is a great devotion to Santo Niño in the Philippine popular piety, especially in Visayas. Pilgrims from different parts of Cebu and the rest of the Philippines made their journey to the Basilica de Minore de Santo Niño in Cebu City in order to take part of the Sinulog Festival. In 1980, the city government of Cebu organized the Sinulog Festival and eventually gave incentives also to the tribal dance groups. It was first held in 1980 by David Odliao, the former regional director of the Ministry of Sports and Youth Development. The purpose of this parade is that it was composed of students who were dressed in knitted Filipiniana costumes, dancing the sinulog to the beat of the drums. The idea caught and thus under the direction of Mayor Florentino Solon of Cebu City, with the help of several influential Cebuanos, Odliao turned over Sinulog project to the Cebu City Historical Committee under Jesus Garcia. The goal is to conceptualize the Sinulog Festival and make that event yearly from then on. The Cebu City Historical Committee, which is the agency who was responsible for the planning of Sinulog as a provincial event, they decided to adopt a logo for Sinulog to identify it as an institutionalized yearly event. Basically, the essence of this event is that it is done by a dance ritual, in which it tells the story of the pagans past of the Filipinos and the acceptance of Christianity, because Christianity is one of our influences in our country 500 years ago. Because as you may know, as I said earlier, last year we celebrated the 500th anniversary of the birth of Christianity and the Battle of Mactan. And that's why on March 16, 1521, Ferdinand Magellan came to the shores of Cebu. And the purpose is to plant the cross in the coast of Cebu and converted 800 natives to Roman Catholicism, ladies and gentlemen. The word Pit Senyor means sagpit sa Senyor. This means to plead to Senyor Santo Niño. It comes from Sangpit and Senyor. The reason why the word Pit Senyor is important is because it has a deeper meaning that is connected to the Sinulog celebration. This is a shortened version of Sangpit sa Senyor. It means to plead to Santo Niño. So here are some of the events in the Sinulog. They had the dances and also they held masses in honor of Santo Niño. Every January in Cebu, over 3 million people gather in the city for a series of masses, parades, and other processions and other events that commemorates the feast of Santo Niño, the Holy Child of Cebu. Visitors from throughout the region, especially outside Cebu, like some from Luzon and Mindanao, and also tourists who are going to Cebu, is because the city doubles in size for the celebration, which is the biggest event of the year in the province. The feast, known today as Sinulog, extends more than 2 weeks. It culminates on the weekend of the third Sunday of January, and it is one of the most well-attended Catholic events in the world. The story of Santo Niño reminds us that Catholicism begins with, and there is a significant degree centered on, an image. Santo Niño is a small 30 centimeter tall image of a smiling, European-looking boy Jesus with curly locks with a hand raised in blessing. In the feast, he is dressed in a crown and other regal insignia, including a red and gold-colored cape. In the central part of Philippines, statues of Santo Niño are very common in homes, on calendars and on advertising, in businesses and at street side shrines. In January, at the time of his feast, his image is ubiquitous in Cebu. The word sinulog refers to both a ritual dance inspired by a performance before the Santo Niño, reportedly for centuries. It was held annually since 1980, and the purpose of this is to celebrate Santo Niño and his feast. Sinulog is two-step forward, one-step back dance step that is believed to predate Christianity and to take its name from the Cebuano word for the way water laps on the Pahina River. So ladies and gentlemen, our devotion to Señor Santo Niño is popular especially in Visayas because, theologically speaking, that devotion to Santo Niño can be a form of an essential misunderstanding on who really Christ is in salvation history. As Filipinos, our faith in Señor Santo Niño is more than academic. And like a child, let us believe that we all matter to God and He always truly cares, not only to ourselves, but also to everyone as well, regardless of who we are and the way we were. So we at Hands in Inclusion join our friends, our brethren in Cebu in celebration of the Sinulog Festival. Viva Santo Niño, Hit Señor! And that concludes our pre-recorded presentation. Daghang salamat sa imong tanan and thank you very much. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we'll be having our intermission first. We will be back with our announcements. Welcome back to our special report. We will be having some of our announcements. So here are some of our announcements. First of all, ladies and gentlemen, we have some products for sale at our Hands in Inclusion Philippines online shop. So the products that we're selling are the following: our One Inclusion Nation t-shirts and our One Inclusion Nation tote bags. For our t-shirts, is available in red, black, blue, white, and yellow. All sizes were 275 pesos. For the tote bags, is available in white and black. Sizes are ranged between medium to large, and prices are ranged between 150 to 200 pesos. So, how can you order? Well, first of all, ladies and gentlemen, will be very strict on payments. Payment first before purchase. I repeat, payment first before purchase. And you can pay using GCash, and we will deliver your ordered products via GoGo Express and LBC as well. So the Has in Inclusion Philippines online shop is temporarily closed for areas under Alert Level 5, but it will continue to serve in areas under Alert Level 1, 2, 3, and 4 only. Its operating hours are from 12 midnight to 11:59 in the evening. For a full list of orders, please visit the Hansen Inclusion Philippines Facebook page or email us at hansen.inclusion@gmail.com. And also, here is our advisory for those who want to purchase our products. So, ladies and gentlemen, the Inclu Tindahan or the Hansen Inclusion Philippines online shop is decided to suspend its operations starting tomorrow, January 17, 2022 until January 31st, 2022 due to the surge of the COVID-19 Omicron variant. Pansamantala, magsuspendido ang operasyon ang Hands in Inclusion Philippines online shop or yung Inclu Tindahan simula bukas, Enero 7, ika-17 ng Enero hanggang ika-31 ng Enero sa taong kasalukuyan dahil sa banta ng COVID-19 Omicron variant. Hinihingi po namin ang inyong pang-unawa. So ladies and gentlemen, we at HNI Inclusion Philippines needs your help. We have already been struggling with our financial problems in our organization, ladies and gentlemen. So, regardless, no matter what, it doesn't really matter if the amount is smaller or larger. The purpose of this is for the, the formality of Hansen Inclusion Philippines and also for the financial aid of our members due to the effects of this trying time. And expect also to have a headquarters soon as well. So still, if you want to donate to Hansen Inclusion Philippines, for its formality and its other expenses, including the financial aid of our members, please scan the QR code that is flashed on your screen via GCash and Union Bank as well. You may also check this on one of our posts in the social media pages of Hansen Inclusion Philippines Youth Facebook page and Instagram page as well. So ladies and gentlemen, what are you waiting for? Please, and please lang. Please help Hansen Inclusion Philippines for its fundraising project, especially for the expenses, the formality, and the financial aid of our members due to the effects of this trying time. We're aiming to raise funds in our organization. Let us use this time to rebuild in order for us to have a bigger, better, and a bolder Hansen Inclusion Philippines. And the proceeds from the sales from our online shop and for your donations will go to us here in Hansen Inclusion for its formality, its expenses, the building of its headquarters, and also for the financial aid of our members due to the effects of this trying time. So guys, for those who did this, you be glad you did. And for those who did this, thank you for your continuous generosity and for your support to our organization. So we have an advisory for InkluRadyo, ladies and gentlemen. InkluRadyo has decided to suspend its operation starting tomorrow, January 17, 2022, until January 22, 2022, due to the surge of the COVID-19 Omicron variant. Pansamantala, hindi muna e-ere ang InkluRadyo simula bukas, Enero ika-17 ng Enero hanggang ika-22 ng Enero sa taong kasalukuyan dahil sa banta ng COVID-19 Omicron variant. So if you want to catch up all our InkluRadyo shows, you may do so by watching us on the Hansen Inclusion Philippines YouTube channel. Hinihingi po namin ang inyong pangunawa. We'll be asking for your understanding as well. We will only resume our regular broadcast as soon as everything is okay and when our safety, welfare, and the well-being of our people will not be compromised. Babalik kami sa ere kapag bumuti na ang lahat at sigurado hindi kami mailagay sa panganib o alanganin sa ating kaligtasan, kalagayan at kagalingan ng lahat. Please be advised. Thank you very much. And also, we have some events coming up for the month of January in Best Buddies Philippines. For our Best Buddies Philippines events for this month, for this week, we'll have Wellness Wednesday at 3 p.m. with Coach Pepper on January 19. We'll be having a webinar on January 21st entitled Buddies, Be Prepared. This is a joint between Best Buddies Philippines, Philippine Red Cross, AXA Insurance, and SM Cares. On January 22, Healthy Eating with Bernice Paraiso. And January 29 at 4 p.m. is Slime Time and Fruity Fun with Bea Francisco. So if you want to join these events for the last 2 weeks of this month, follow Best Buddies Philippines on Facebook and Instagram. Send them a message and they will send you the registration form and link as well. In Best Buddies Philippines, make a friend, be a friend. We'd like to urge everyone to continue supporting Project Sold Out. This is a joint between Hiraya Gallery, Special Achievers Philippines, Ateneo Special Education Society, Autism Strong Philippines, Best Buddies Philippines, College of Rehabilitation Sciences Student Council, Hands in Inclusion Philippines, Little Hands ISCO with UNICEF, Philippine Academy of Occupational Therapists, Society of Occupational Therapy Majors, the Able Center, Tugon Ateneo, the UP Collegiate Association of Speech Pathologists, and You Belong PH. So if you want to check this out, please check Special Achievers Facebook page as well. So if you're feeling hungry, let's say you have it for your breakfast, for your lunch, or your dinner, or for your merienda or snacks, then you may want to order some of the foods from the Sobra Comfort Food Restaurant. So for our menus, we have for all-day breakfast, tapa sobra, chicken tocino, corned beef brisket, homemade spam, and beef salpicao. Sizes are ranged between solo to large, and prices are ranged between 265 pesos to 1,450 pesos. For our rice trays, we have beef bulgogi, beef shawarma, beef gyudon, pork crackling bits, pork belly burnt ends, charred chicken, and boneless fried chicken. So, prices are ranged between 265 pesos to 1,700 pesos, and prices are ranged between solo to large. For our buns, we have the fried chicken sandwiches, pulled pro sandwich, corned beef sandwich, and chicken tocino sandwich. Sizes are ranged between regular, large, solo, and box of fours. And prices are ranged between 320 pesos to 1,540 pesos. And then if you want to order for the pastas in Sobra Comfort Food, the pastas are mac and cheese and penne and gorgonzola. Prices are ranged between 290 pesos to 1,350 pesos, and sizes are ranged between solo to large. So how can you order? Head over to the Sobra Comfort Food website, select the dishes you want to order, choose between pick up or delivery, pay conveniently to any of the safe integrated payment methods, and your order is confirmed. Please expect updates via text or your email as well. If you want to crave for something Korean, ladies and gentlemen, you may want to order some of the foods from the Kuya Korea restaurant. For our menus are for the rice bowls, beef bibimbap, beef bulgogi, pork samgyup, and K-pop chicken. Prices are ranged between 195 to 220 pesos. For the chicken, for the boneless popcorn chicken, sizes are ranged between half to whole, and prices are ranged between 235 to 435 pesos. With the flavors of gochu, ganjang, chicken, and K buffalo. So if you want to order there, please check the Kuya Korea website for your orders as well. Lastly, follow Hands in Inclusion Philippines on our social media pages and its digital platforms as well. It will be appreciated for you guys to do this as early as now. Follow us on Facebook, Hands in Inclusion PH, InkluRadyo, InkluSports, InkluNihan, and the online shop. Instagram, Hands in Inclusion PH, Kumu, HNI Philippines, and subscribe to our Hands in Inclusion Philippines YouTube channel. So guys, for those who did this, thank you very much as well in advance. So now it's the time for our Greetings or ang ating mga pagbati. For our birthday celebrants, we'd like to greet happy birthday to the following: Edward Moises, Pinky Nagtalon, Kiko Francisco, and Nino Aventajado. Happy birthday and expect the more birthdays to come. To those who are celebrating their anniversaries, happy anniversary as well. And also, I would like to say good evening and thank you to the following. To my family, good evening. To Hansen Inclusion Philippines, Best Buddies Philippines, Best Buddies Benil, thank you. To my high school and college friends, good evening as well. And to those who are watching, it may be a good morning, good afternoon, or good evening wherever you are in the world. I hope you guys are in a good mood, but if not, you may use this time to improve on your mental health and your well-being as well. To those who are watching us on InkluRadyo, thank you very much as well. And if you missed this episode, it will be premiered on the next day on the Hands in Inclusion Philippines YouTube channel for your viewing pleasure. Let us have the time for our quote, or rather, our words for the day. This is a reflection from Father Mark Brian Adona from the Congregation of the Blessed Sacrament. In our Gospel today, we hear the narrative of Saint Luke on the loss and the finding of the child Jesus. The remarkable scene in it is the finding of the child Jesus sitting in the temple with the teachers around him listening while he was talking to them. Rare in reality that adult intellectuals will pay attention to a child's speech with such interest unless discernible wisdom from him is engaged in conversation. Normally, children are discouraged, if not prevented, to mingle with the circles of adults conversant to matters of truth and life. Why? Because children do not have the capacity yet to understand and conform with the affairs of the adult people. In short, children are regarded utmost for their innocence and ignorance. But today, we celebrate the feast of the child Jesus, popularly called in the Philippines as Santo Niño. This is a feast that will remind us to never underestimate the values of children, for these are the values pleasing and acceptable in the kingdom of God. Our devotion to Santo Niño is very popular in the Philippines, especially in Visayas and Mindanao. However, this devotion was for some time under question by some theologians. They said, Jesus grew up, he preached, he died, and he rose from the dead. Jesus did not remain a child. That is why, theologically speaking, it is partly concluded that devotion to the child Jesus, Santo Niño, can be a form of an essential misunderstanding on who really Christ is in salvation history. But for us Filipinos, our faith in the child Jesus is more than academic. We take our devotion to Santo Niño to remind ourselves that Christ, even as a teacher, had been preaching the kingdom of God with reference to the values, qualities, and simplicity of a child. Our license to this devotion to Santo Niño is coming from Jesus himself, who preached to his listeners that anyone who does not welcome the kingdom of God like a child can never enter into it. On this feast of Santo Niño, let us strive to humble ourselves at all times, recognizing every good thing as a token of God's faithfulness to us. Like a child, may we learn how to entrust ourselves into the hands of God. Like a child, may we learn to trust in the ways of God more than our own personal capacities and strengths. Like a child, may we find joy in faithfully listening and adhering to the will of God more than relying on our own limited understanding. Like a child, let us believe that we are all matter to God and that He truly cares for us. May we all keep in us the heart of a trusting child, for God is well pleased to those who are humble and meek of heart. And also on behalf of HNI Inclusion Philippines, we like to be in one with our brethren in Cebu for the celebration of the Feast of the Santo Niño, and also to some of the of those who are celebrating here in NCR, particularly in Manila as well. Ng isang maligayang kapistahan ni Santo Niño. Viva Santo Niño, Pete Senior. Okay, that's a wrap for our special report for Sunday, January 16, 2022. As I said earlier, starting tomorrow until January 22, InkluRadyo will be will be will will be will be suspending its operations due to the surge of the COVID-19 Omicron variant. We will resume and we will see you again on our next podcast as soon as everything is okay. And I urge everyone to continue to be safe, follow the health protocols, get vaccinated, maintain social distancing, wear face mask and face shield, exercise, drink vitamins, drink plenty of water so that you can be hydrated, and also to improve our mental health. Kumain ng sapat, matulog ng sapat, boost our immunity as well by drinking vitamins. Get vaccinated in order for us to achieve herd immunity as well. And also to pray whatever your faith is for this pandemic to end soon. And also you may go out when needed. If you don't have anything else to do outside, stay home. Bahay muna, buhay muna. We'll see you again as soon as InkluRadyo returns after this break, after a 1-week break. Ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of InkluRadyo and Hands in Inclusion Philippines, I am your host, Carlos Miguel Kanahashi, saying, may the Almighty God bless us all. May awa ang Diyos. Makakaraos po tayo, sama-sama tayong lalaban para sa pangarap, pamilya at bayan hanggang sa ating tatak para sa One Inclusion Nation. Muli, magandang gabi at pagpalain nawa tayo ng Diyos na poong may kapal. Pilipinas, God first. HNI, God first. Thank you very much for watching. Daghang salamat sa imong tanan. Have a productive week ahead. Continue to be safe and healthy. And bye for now. And also have a pleasant evening to all and good night. Bye. Bye-bye.